Hewn out of solid rock, the Elephanta caves date back to 600 AD and attract more visitors each year than the entire city of Mumbai. No wonder this place resonates with the spiritual energy of India. The island of Elephanta in Raigad district of Maharashtra state, locally popular as Gharapuri, which means a fortress city, is about 11 kilometers northwest of Apollo Bandar near Gateway of India, the departure point for ferries to the famous caves. The island consists of two hillocks separated by a narrow valley. The present name of Elephanta is derived after a colossal statue of Elephanta discovered by the Portuguese in the 16th century AD, which can still be seen in the Veer Mata Jijabai Bhosle Udyan, formerly Bombay's Victoria Gardens. Today, the caves of Elephanta are designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. These rock-cut temples dedicated to Shiva Mahadeva are rich in sculptural content, and due to its outstanding universal value, it represents a masterpiece of human creative genius, an exceptional testimony to a cultural tradition. The entire cave temple complex covers an area of about 60,000 square feet and consists of main chamber and two lateral ones, courtyards and several subsidiary shrines. These rock-cut temples were created by carving out rock and creating the columns, internal spaces and the images. The entire temple is akin to a huge sculpture through whose corridors and chambers one can walk. The entire complex was created through a process of rock removal. Some of the rock surfaces are highly finished, while some are untreated bare rocks. Popularly, it is believed that many of the sculptures inside have been damaged by iconoclastic Portuguese rulers who took pot shots at Hindu gods with their rifles. And yet, somehow, nothing has disturbed the sublime beauty of this place for centuries. The cave complex comprises of 5 rock-cut excavations, of which 3 are rock-cut temples. Cave 1, or the main cave dedicated to Shiva, is of main interest. It consists of a pillared hall with a small shrine and 4 entrance doors flanked by guardians or dwarpals, making the composition a unique example of blending of the Gupta and Chalukyan arts. The interior is laid out into a colonnaded hall with entrance on the north, west and eastern side, with a central hall having 6 rows of 6 pillars each. The architectural elements can be mainly seen on the columns, brackets, beams, etc. The columns are generally plain cubical with circular and fluted middle part, finally topped by a circular cushion capital. The only other architectural feature of the interior is the square shrine in one of the bays with a Shiva Linga inside. In fact, there are 7 caves out of which the most important is the main cave or cave number 1, that is the Mahesa Murti cave, the enigmatic image of Trimurti Sadasiva. The Sadasiva, manifestation of Shiva, is carved in relief at the end of the north-south axis. This colossal 20 feet high image of the three-headed Shiva as the creator, the preserver and the destroyer of the world, and at the same time as the savior and bestower of blessings. This colossal image represents Panchamukha Shiva, only 3 faces of whom are carved into the wall, and it demands immediate attention upon entering the temple. Shiva's calm face in the center represents the protector, while his ferocious face on the left represents Bhairava, responsible for destruction, and one on the right, the gentle, feminine look, depicts Vamadeva, responsible for creation. The 4th face, which is not visible, is said to represent Sadyojata or Nandin. All the sculptured panels focus around the main figure of Shiva, surrounded by smaller consort, celestials and other images. The cosmic dance of Nataraja symbolizes the creation and destruction. The Andhakasurvadha panel is a symbolic representation of victory over ignorance. The Ardhanarishwara panel is one of the finest specimens depicting the union of Prakriti and Purusha. The extraordinary representation of the Kalyana Sundara Murti panel is the combination of temporal and eternal divinity. The panels of Gangadhara Murti, Shiva Parvati playing Chausa, Ravana shaking the Mount Kailasa are some of the other outstanding sculptures worthy of notice. The ceilings of the cave were said to be originally decorated with fresco paintings. Now, only traces of a fine outline are visible. As per the chronicle of the Portuguese writer, the caves were originally painted with different colors. Thus, in the Elephanta caves, Shiva is portrayed in the non-anthropomorphic Shivalingam form as well as in high quintessential being emanating from the Shivalingam in the colossal image and in 8 manifest forms. On the eastern side of the main cave, a flight of steps leads to the larger court, and originally this entrance must have served as the approach to the main cave. To the south of this particle is a large cave dedicated to Shiva. This temple contains 6 pillars at its entrance, 4 of which are freestanding and 2 engaged. The entrance leads to a hall decorated with sculptured panels depicting legends from the Shiva Purana. This represents Saptamatrika panel. The sanctum is approached by a flight of steps with lion balustrades and has a linga inside. On the western side of the main cave is a large water cisterns that caters to the drinking water needs of the locals. The side cave has a small shrine and a pradakshina patha or circumambulatory passage. The remaining rock-cut caves on the western and eastern hillocks are either partly excavated or damaged due to natural causes. The best way to reach this ancient and exotic site, if you travel to Mumbai, is by boat from the Gateway of India waterfront. As you chug along at a modest speed out of the Bombay harbour, you come to realize why the ancients called Elephanta an island of purification. The hurry and bustle of the busy metropolis gradually falls away as you weave past large steamers and small fishing boats and oil terminals from the Mumbai High into the open sea.